having the FTP part complete. So now we have all of our files, and then today we're going to upload them to our GoDaddy VPS server. If you're just using cPanel and you don't have a virtual private server, it still works the same way. You just need to find your terminal, and it looks like I just got like my connection. I need to log in again. There's a mosquito up here. Oh, okay, so what we're doing right now is oh man, okay, so I'm gonna have to like log in again, I think. Yep. Okay, so it's easier for me to log in through over here. That's why you don't see that there. So here's my VPS. Okay, and then terminal, and yours will say something similar to this. It just looks more like the installer where, yeah, I don't have it on here. It just looks more like where the tools are, right? But if you don't know, then like take a screenshot of your screen and then dump it into ChatGPT and ask it like, where do I find this terminal? For sure you have one because I've used it before. Okay, so what we're doing right now is when I look at the comparison, so I have an image here to show you in fact I can take another one real quick just so that we have all the stuff in the same place. So here we have an image of the files that we have in our local drive. It's all of these, right? We have like, was it like 220 something? But then over here inside of my VPS, these are not all of the actual domains. Some of these are like some of the system things, right? And this is the FTP connection, and I'm hoping it's still active. And so I am very reluctant to like showcase the FTP thing, just because then you're going to see my email and then maybe like paranoid that like, and it's not like you don't know my email, so maybe it's not a big deal. And I guess I could blur it later, right? So this is the VPS, right? So see, like not all of these means that there's the actual websites. A lot of this is stuff that is in the WordPress configuration because it's connected to my main website, like my main business's website. So what we're trying to do is take all of these files where we did the automation, right, all of these, and dump them into the correct folders in here with like one drag and drop, instead of having to like manually copy and paste stuff over through our usual cPanel over here. So you can't just like take your files and dump them into here, because you need to either SSH or FTP, file transfer protocol, or secure server, and I don't remember what SSH means. Secure server hosting, I think, or something like that. I don't remember. So like should we just like, what does SSH mean? So sometimes it's good to know the secure shell. So it's for security, and sometimes it helps to know the actual words behind it, because then you know like what it does. It reminds you what it does. So when I'm talking about how the internet has changed, right, like TCP/IP is what is used to be able to do any of this. So TCP/IP is transfer protocol, internet protocol. Transfer, so what is TCP? I forgot what the P means. Usually transfer connection protocol, internet protocol, I'm pretty sure is what it means. Transmission control protocol, internet protocol. So it lets you connect to the internet, right? And this is like the way that the internet first came to be in the 70s. And so this is like what is not likely to change at all with the way the internet works, and it works whether you're using Wi-Fi or like a landline or whatever method so far. Quantum blockchains are not like, they don't work off of TCP/IP, at least all of the theoretic or alleged existing ones that I've read about. So that would be the only time they don't exist. But the purpose of a quantum blockchain is like different from what we're doing right now, so we don't need to like really go down that rabbit hole. But for all purposes of what we're doing right now, this is why this works this way, and it's this same TCP/IP thing that prevents the key sizes for post-quantum cryptography to be able to work on the normal internet in an optimal way, because the key sizes for the key sizes to be able to be quantum safe are enormous, and there is one set of keys that's pretty small, but the type of like cybersecurity protection it allows is like insufficient for the typical things that we use encryption for. And there's this thing called Shor's algorithm where the significance of the SHA-256, which is the name of the cybersecurity protocol that is used to protect like bank accounts and like most of like if not all, well, the majority of the encryption, right? That we use for the majority of systems. It was valuable because it is easy to multiply but difficult to divide. So there's like these numbers, right, that are some numbers that some nerd somewhere came up with some formula, and they're like put through all these different transformations and whatnot equations. Like the number is basically like, think of it as like put into layers and layers of a blender, and there's like a way to go from those original numbers to some output that's a bunch of characters, right? And then you need the keys to be able to retroactively like get back to the original thing that you had encrypted. So that's the way it works, right? But because of quantum computing, the advantage of the SHA-256, and it's called 256 because it just needed 256 bits to be able to work, because it would take hundreds of years for a computer, normal laptop computer or even a supercomputer, to be able to factor every possible combination of letters to where you could find the answer, and the likelihood of you finding the answer is like very minimal because of all the stuff that they do to get to that number, right? And there's like different types of cryptography. Like there's things that use curves, there's things that use lines, like there's crystal lattices, which is what the post-quantum crypto really uses. But anyway, because of Shor's algorithm, like that's what I used for my thesis to just prove, because all you have to do is prove it one time, right? So because quantum computers are able to process a ton of different variables simultaneously, like that is what the advantage of spin is. It means basically like you have not just like you don't have to do the math problem to break the encryption like one problem at a time. You can do like however many qubits you have, that many, whatever capacity that is, like you can run that many simulations all simultaneously. So within hours, like you could break the SHA-256 versus it would take hundreds of years to get to the right answer if you were using a normal computer, like a normal supercomputer or whatever. So that's why they have to make the post-quantum cryptography keys like way bigger, because it needs to, I'm not gonna say that that's why, but that was one of the approaches. And so because they're so much bigger, like stuff can't exist on the internet at that size and not drop off. So like if you have keys that are they're sent in packets, I think they're like 6 bits. I don't remember like what the size of the packets are, but like you send these packets, right? And this HTTP, like if you know like AREFs, right? Like the way that we have links, stuff that's clickable, right? Like they're all being transferred through hypertext transfer protocol. And the like the technology that composes what the internet is not at all likely to change, no matter how advanced AI gets for the internet that we're like mostly using right now, whether it's optic fiber or like landline through telephone wires or Wi-Fi or satellites. Like it all uses this infrastructure. So to be able to find a different way to transmit as much data as is needed to use like the most sophisticated quantum keys was a huge ask, and there were like nobody knew what to do. This was like a few years ago, I'm saying like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, right? Like globally nobody knew what to do, because you'd have to rebuild the way the internet works like from the ground up. And so like the papers I read were coming out of China. Like there was this claim that there was like a quantum blockchain, and just by thinking about the blockchain, the key would change, or like the key and the like the lock and key would change, like the numbers would change just by somebody thinking about them, because that's the way that like quantum particles exist, right? Like it's called entanglement, right? So I know that like a quantum physicist would come in and correct me and use a whole bunch of other fancier words probably, but if I had to tell a 5-year-old, it's like Actually, there's not. Like, there's not an analogy because this is like a new kind of physics that most physicists don't even like. You like, there's more buy-in now, but even like 4 years ago, it still sounded too esoteric to most physicists. Um, and and the reason I know about it is because I had a near-death experience and I just like saw it, and that's when my ability to digest math changed. So I think I'm going like way in the weeds, but like the reason why this matters, right, is like this is the final step of us getting all of this automation that we have in place like into the location where somebody can find it, and the ability to understand like why this is a solid system. If somebody asks you like, you know, like, well, you know, sure, you say you're like able to manipulate traffic, or you're able to like usher traffic to my site, like I don't know how AI is going to affect it, right? Well, it's not from that aspect. Like that layer, like that technology should be pretty stable, unless like like somebody ends up actually breaking all the cables in the ocean. I guess like there's attacks on the cables in the ocean or something like that. This is like something I read recently. But I don't know enough about that. But I do know that this is what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to make sure that we can quickly and efficiently take all of these files and all of their files and these inside of these directories, like when they look like folders, they're also called directories. And we want to like dump them, we want to take the ones on this side, right? We want to take the ones on our local and dump them into here using this technology that is called FTP, because it's faster. You can also SSH, like you can also do this thing right here, which is really common if you work like for like a company that has to push code into the cloud, right? Like they usually SSH if you use GitHub and stuff, but we're not going to worry about that because we don't have to, and like we're not making things that have like, so our code print is tiny, right? Like if you're using this kind of automation, and you can do more automation, you can make it way more complex if you want to, right? And then you probably would want to SSH, maybe not, I don't know, but right now, because all we're really doing is transferring files, not like a bunch of code and stuff like that, and we can just use FTP. And even if we were transferring a bunch of code is just like a bunch of like instructions saved in a type of file, so you could even then still use FTP. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to make sure that we efficiently get like come up with a methodology to, or I should restate that. We have the methodology, so like all of that like long-winded explanation I just went through over here about what this is and why it's like AI resistant and why it's a good idea to start understanding it, because nobody's coming for post-quantum cryptography, by the way, at least not last time I heard. Like when we all know to use the SHA-256, like the encryption that we have right now, like there are government regulations that force like certain entities to use a certain level of security, and the 256 is like not the lowest level of security, but the government imposes a restriction on like banks and other things that protect sensitive data, because it's like it was sufficient, or it is sufficient presently. But with post quantum, like last I heard, and I haven't looked into it for a while, there isn't going to be like that government regulation that makes people do things in some kind of certain way, because there's not enough knowledge. Like there's not enough to say this is going to be okay and that isn't, which is like kind of scary. But at the same time, like AI was not a part of the conversation for the, like at least nobody that I knew was thinking about AI that way. And I never thought to connect these either. It wasn't until someone I knew was like, well, what about AI plus quantum, and then like a bunch of like, you know, like lights got triggered in like my head. But the AI, like the stronger the AI, like in combination with access to quantum, like that might completely like change everything again, right? So this is, as of right now, like nobody's coming. Like you're on your own to make sure you have the right kind of encryption, which leads us to the next reason why I am such a proponent of GoDaddy, and I'm positive that other servers have this. You can probably find this all sorts of ways, but I trust these methods for a lot of like these in the weeds explanations that I just gave you. And I just don't think that it's like necessary, because I think it really distracts from what you're trying to pick up from me right now, right? Like if you wanted all these details, you would have probably gone to school for it, right? But these are the kinds of questions that might come up, and at least you'll have like this documented like explanation that's like a pretty high level, like 100-foot view, that you can tell someone if they're like, no, I don't know, because I don't know if AI is going to destroy this, and you know, and it seems stupid or whatever. Like You can refer back to the explanation, or you can ask ChatGPT, like, hey, why not, right? But like all of the sites that you can get off of GoDaddy, they actually are like, I'm not gonna say recently, but they now have the ability to process blockchain payments. And by blockchain, I don't mean Bitcoin. Blockchain means like Ethereum, Bitcoin, any other coin, right? Like any of those, even non-fungible tokens like NFTs, even those fall into their category of blockchain. The only blockchain that I'm qualified to really speak on, in terms of like, well, actually I can speak about any of them, but like the only one that's ever been like securely mathematically sound to where it doesn't require not a single drop of human intervention is Bitcoin. I'm not saying go buy Bitcoin. I'm not saying like let your emotions take over and you have all sorts of opinions about whether or not money exists and not. Like I'm not, that's your thing. Like, we'll talk to your people about that, right? Like all I'm saying is that like mathematically the only one that is really sound is Bitcoin, but GoDaddy's interface allows you to connect your crypto payments through your website, which is massive. Like, you're gonna need that to be able to keep up with AI autonomous agents once they start rolling out, because they're the ones that are going to be able to do stuff for you online instead of needing a human to like go push buttons or accept things to happen. And how that unrolls, like, we're not there quite yet, because that is closer to real AGI, artificial general intelligence, and that requires like more I guess what's the word, like will, I don't know if will is the word, more permissions for the AI to be able to take over a system and do stuff like that. But we are going to like start working on that, because after we figure out, well, we already figured out, but after we are sure about our method for uploading using FTP, then what we're going to do is automate things called cron jobs. So then now through my operating system, so like this is my operating system right here, like actually it's over here, this Mac, where is it, system settings, right, where is it, so like this is my operating system, right, like mine's a Mac, so this is my operating system, right, like through here, like through the stuff that makes like the guts of the computer, like we can actually write Python and other code and bash scripts and stuff. Like some of the bash scripts we have are actually closer to the operating system, like because we have access to that, because we own our own computers. And even if we didn't, there's ways around that, but like we essentially set up a timer, so that, and it's called cron because chronology of time, right? So like you can set up the timer so that the automation to build these lead gens and to like populate this information into your lead gen, then, or whatever, website, whatever you're doing with your websites, it automatically gets uploaded at a certain time, whatever time you want to set it at, through your operating system. And that's like automation. That's the automation part of AI automation. So we have like the AI making decisions about how to design your content, right? And then, or what to do with your content, and like what to do depending on user input, because that's the next level, is like people are going to want to like press buttons and have drop down boxes. So like, how does your AI know what to do, right? So like I do have other courses that can teach you how to do that part, but that's like way more technical. So, and that skill set is like super valuable, because now you're like super closer to AGI, right? I call it babi-AGI personally, because that's essentially what it is. It's like you are giving it the authority to do stuff through your operating system, and then it like goes and does stuff for you on the web. But we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole right now. And like if anybody wants to debate it, like I'm not the one to like debate it with, because to me it's like nobody has a clear definition of AGI. The only thing we know about AGI is that it's something that can do something on your behalf based on some decision that it makes, right? And that is essentially what we're doing. Like, we're like telling it, we need you to do this at this time. You decide what you're going to put into there as our content. So, like tomato. Okay, so now that we are really clear on what we're doing, right? Right now, what we got to make sure is that when we drop these files into here, that they actually show up. And the reason I had to stop before just like getting it done is because I realized that I don't have all of these folders in here. So I might have to go through the domain name server and like manually enter each of these files. I've tried to see if there's a way to do it with like a script that will connect to my GoDaddy API. And it did some stuff, but not completely. Like the part where it puts these folders in here, I wasn't able to automate, and I've tried to automate, like making the same like operating system interact with GoDaddy, but it's like annoying, and like more and more measures to not use bots that way are being put into place. So I'm gonna see like how can I make sure that all of these are in here. So the first step is like the ones that I have over here, which are all of my websites, because I got them off of a different place on my GoDaddy thing. So I think I can show you here. So I didn't get them, so I used that command, right? Let's see if it actually like lets me say them. So ls, like this lists all of your files. So like these are all of the files that I have inside of my GoDaddy server, my private server. Pardon. So this way I didn't have to like figure out how to copy and paste, or like, you know, like how do you get those words out of here? Well, you use the terminal to do stuff. And like just as ChatGPT, like what's the command for me to see all my files? So now I can just copy these, dump them into here. And it used to be I would have to copy them and then put them into a file and then run, like I use Python, and like it could be C, it could be C++, whatever, right? Whatever language you want. So this is why people are saying like you don't have to learn how to code yet. Like coding is a good skill, but that's part of like the actual course that I'm rolling out, right? Is like understanding like to what degree do you really need to still be able to code even today, right? So like unless you're an architect that's building some fancy shit, like you don't really like need to code as much, but you do still need to understand like what you're doing or what you're trying to do, and how to ask the questions to like get it done. So right now, like we're just trying to compare like what do I have inside of my cPanel right now, and like so what folders am I missing in there, so that when I FTP, like I'm not putting things in here that aren't going to work anyway. So now I don't have to code that. I don't have to use Python scripts to like compare what I had in my CSV, like in my list of websites that we automated when we were doing all this stuff. See, like here's all, like as of today, like these are the ones I have. I'll get more soon, right? Like now that all these systems are in place, faster, it's easier and faster to like now have thousands, and because I have a VPS, because I can have like literally thousands of websites now, and like I'll just pay for space or whatever if I need it. But because these are such a small code print, like it takes up a lot less space. The only thing that might take up more space is going to be probably like videos or images, but I might start saving them in the cloud, but I'm not there yet. Like I'd rather keep it simple and where it's working right now, because it's good enough for like this iteration of development. So instead of having to write Python to compare those two things, so that I can get to that point that we have all of our websites uploaded already, I'm dumping the ones that exist there into here, right? And then I think I already put yeah, it already has a file. Okay, so now instead of writing code for him, I'm just say, can you please tell me which ones I am missing? Can you please tell me which ones I am missing? So now I don't have to do all that stuff. Okay, so by the way, like when I copy and paste, see this right here, like ChatGPT already knows what this means. This means like give me the list of things that I have in my VPS, because it has the memory of the rest of the conversation, and because that's what this command means. Oops, I pressed enter instead of regenerate. Sorry, I'm breathing so hard. I don't know if it's usually like audible, but I'm gonna. I just probably drank too much coffee and it's late. Or maybe I'm too close to my microphone. No, I'm kind of winded. I don't really know why. It's like late at night, late-ish, and I feel really winded. So right now we're just letting it tell us like what do we need to add. After it tells us, I'm gonna check one more time if there's like an easy way to get them to populate without me having to manually click through one at a time. Okay, so I think that the reason why this error occurred is because too much time elapsed. So like the files that you upload, and especially the files that ChatGPT prints, like they're only held in memory for a while. They're like the conversations. stay, and the stuff you put in its memory directly stay, but the files that it prints only exist for a while. So you need to make sure to download them quickly. Oh, weird. Well, I did press the button more than once. Let's see. Oh yeah, so that's why that happened. It's not like ghost activity. So let me get the domain details one more time. Domain details. So this is my CSV. I'm gonna give it. Okay, here is the CSV one more time. And if you want to better understand like how, like all the code that's happening in the background, right? Like you actually can set your settings can say for it to display code every time, and I think that's done through up here. I'm just gonna let it process first, and then I can like make sure that we pinpoint as of today. What is today? September the 9th. We can pinpoint exactly where it is that you can make it so you can see the code if you're curious. So would I look at the code if I was doing something simple like this? I guess I would, so that I have just like a visual of what it looks like if it were written in code, if like what my instructions would look like if they were written in code. And it's kind of taking a while, but I also gave it the whole CSV because I didn't want to have to upload it or like open my what are they called, my Google Drive and just copy the one column, but I'm thinking like maybe I should have, because it is kind of taking a long time. So maybe while it's doing that, I should just go ahead and get that done. Cause see, like I gave it all of this, and like it was like overkill kind of. So let's go to Google Drive. Oh, okay. Well, it finished. Nice. Okay, so it's giving them to me in a list with numbers, right? If I was gonna use code, like I wouldn't be able. Well, I could, but it would just add extra nuisance to have all of the numbers listed. So really it doesn't list brighter pets. Let me see. So the other thing is it might list it in capital letters, but then it doesn't, like, but then over here it's listed in lowercase letters. Let me just see, because I'm kind of surprised that it's saying that, because I know that it's there, because yeah, see. So then we need to be real specific and tell it like it's okay that it's in capital letters, or we just need to delete it ourselves. Okay, so do I have to do something else so that those websites go live? Because there was like remember, I don't know why, I don't think I ever uploaded that video, but there's like a point where, yeah, so then the DNS records, so if they're parked, like this isn't gonna work. Okay, so I'm gonna tell it. Okay, so I already ran the DNS bash script, but I think some of these are parked. By the way, I have, for example, brighter pets, which is in lowercase. For example, brighter pets in lowercase, even though you show it in caps, it still is the same site and is actually already in both. So then my clearer question is like, if they're parked, like is there a way to do this without having to manually like type in, how many did it tell us? 76 of them. Like I don't feel like doing 76, but if I have to, I will. SSL configuration, file permissions, testing. Okay. Is there a way to unpark them with a script? Usually, like, oh, you can. Okay, so let's see if it works, because I've tried it, but maybe there's a way to get it to work. Okay, so then And so when I ran that script before, it says that it times out. There's some mosquitoes in here, stuff like nice crap. All right, so it'll time out on me. Okay, so then I'm gonna see if that code is different from what I ran. So when you look at my code over here, my script is called, where is it? It's something like DNS, like something like new domains automation, new website automation, localhost automation, DNS update errors. This one. Hey, where did they go? They're not in there anymore. Okay, well. Domain details. Oh, I thought I heard like a cat crying, but it's actually me breathing hard. Okay. No, actually, it's my dog. Okay, so then, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that I don't have that. DNS update error. I might have moved it over here. Server setup, that's what it was. Okay, so DNS update errors, unexpected, unknown domain, unexpected responses, unknown domain. Okay, but I don't have the update domains. Oh, and then yeah, I'm gonna have to like change my API key, right? So I'm just making sure that I have the same. Okay, so then I'm just checking. Yeah, see, like I've already ran this TTL 600. Yeah, I've already ran this, but I'm gonna try it again. BSP IP address. So I'm just gonna run the same. It's very similar code. The one I have just has like slightly more error handling. And then the list of domains, and then I don't think I have the list of domains over here. It's basically the same code. I'm just not flashing it because I don't want to be like worried about how many times I have to block out my what do you call it? My API keys. So mine. Alright, so I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna give it this current script. Okay, so then there it shouldn't show my stuff. This is my current script. Can you please help me add in the script you just wrote? And also please write it out completely. Don't skip any lines of code. And also include the list of domains within this script. Alright. And seeing if I had done this correctly and I had put my API keys, my secret, like in my environment files, like I wouldn't have to be trying to hide this right now, but it is what it is. And actually maybe this is like the right time for me to actually fix that. So after it's done running, I'm gonna ask it how to put my secret keys, my keys inside of my .env file, which is a hidden file. That way it's like not a big deal to show the code. Okay, so here's like the DNS thing. And so yeah, I've tried this before, and I think the issue was I was getting timeouts because I was trying to go too fast. So I'm only gonna try this like once or twice, and then if it doesn't go, like then I'm gonna stop trying this because I've already tried it like for half a day a while ago, like trying different approaches to it. But like I'm just gonna try it and see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because there might have been something that I did that day that is new and different from here. And actually, like, I'm just kidding. Like, I don't feel like hiding my secret keys right now. Because I just want to get these populated. Okay. Well, I mean, how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So I better just get it done. Okay, how can I? I have these. How do I put them in via my .env file? That's my Doberman. And so .env file. That's like your environment file. It's hidden. Okay, so then we already did that part, and then we put these in the .env, and then okay, so this is what we need. Is this os.getEnv? So we need to include this. This library has this function. We need to call that function, which looks like, yeah, it's like a. It's not a class because it would have had a capital letters, I think. We need to make sure that we get these values out of the file that we put them into, which is called a .env file. So let me put this where it goes, and then I can kind of show it a little bit, because I still can't let, like, I still don't want to be flashing my API keys all over the place right now. And then notice that there's like not spaces between the equal sign and the quotation. You have to be like so perfect and technical copying these over. And if you get errors, like, just dump them into ChatGPT. Like, you don't have to, actually, like, you don't even have to see that way I'm doing this. Just ask ChatGPT, like, what should it look like in the .env file? Just because then I don't have to worry about it as much. Where's my .env file? I'll show you where the .env file is. Oops. Yeah, because this even has like all of my keys in it, so it like so basically, like, some of them have quotations and some of them don't. Maybe that's where I was going wrong. Maybe they're not supposed to have quotations, actually. So should they not have? Maybe that's why I was getting errors last time, because I just saw that I like maybe don't need them. Should the values have quotations, such as? Okay, so I can show you my old IP address. Actually, like, see, I think that where I'm going wrong is that in my .env script I have these like little apostrophe looking thingies, right? I think you're not supposed to have those. No, okay, so that's probably what I did wrong that day, and it's like very late in the day, so maybe this is gonna work, because now this is fixed. And then when you put your variable and your equal sign, like don't leave any spaces, because that also creates errors. Yeah, that's what I did wrong that day. Okay, so now I know. Okay, so yes, okay, so see, like, now I have the code that they told me to put in here. So now my .env is on the left hand side over here. It's in the same place as like the lead gens, like where all of this, like the root directory is the same. That's where the .env goes. And if I ever get confused, like on my Mac, you can't see them because you can't, the ones with the dots are hidden unless you do command spacebar. I think it is. I don't remember which one. I think it's command spacebar. Command shift spacebar. Then you can see like the hidden files. Sometimes I forget some of these commands, like, honestly, but it's like hidden. You can't see it here, but it's in the same place as all of these. And if I can't figure out what that means, right, then I take a screenshot of this, and it has the file names down here, and then I ask ChatGPT, like, where do I put it? And then after I put it in there, I ask it, like, is this the right place if I continue to get errors? Okay, so then the name of this file was update godaddy dns.py. Then I'm gonna go to my Oh, I need to reactivate my virtual environment. So change directory, documents, code, lead, gens, content creations, right? And then I used to have like automation to like activate my environments, but I don't have it here, and I always forget. And so I put that in my README. I believe I put it in here last time. Yeah. Okay. So this is a command. Like you should be putting your stuff in a virtual environment. And so like this is the reason why it's hard to create content for this, because everybody's gonna come from a different place, but it's hard to like stop and show the fundamentals every time, right? So like see how now it says content virtual environment. All it does is separate like whatever stuff I'm like, imagine like you have your phone, but you can have different segments of your phone where you put different apps, so that like maybe I need to put like last year's Windows version on my phone, but also like this year's Windows version, and then I put them in different compartments in my phone, and then it works no matter what. That's kind of sort of like what you're doing here. So like whatever I've installed for this to work, it exists only inside of this directory. Like it doesn't affect my main operating system, because if you start uploading stuff not using Homebrew, like you're gonna start to corrupt your systems. So that's, like I said, like all that is so like there's so much fundamental stuff that it's hard to like stay focused on what we're doing, because I don't know the like the academic levels, or like I don't know the technical levels, because it doesn't have to be academic, but I don't know like the technical levels of everyone. So it's like it's hard for me to like stop and go through every detail like in that moment, because then we lose track of what we're really here to do, and what we're here to do is just like get this uploaded, right? So then now we can go ahead and run. So are we in the correct place? Yes. Okay, so then now we're gonna run that script. So it was like what's it called again? Update GoDaddy. No, not update blogs. Update. Oh no, that's the wrong folder. The actual code, like at least the way I have it, is server setup. Okay, so Python update GoDaddy DNS. Okay, let's see if it actually does go through. Oh, successfully unparked. Yes. Okay, nice. Okay, so here is this part of our automation. Like we no longer have to do anything manually, right? So as we're receiving like new websites, we actually should put this inside. Oh, and my code has like some that I'm skipping on purpose, because I didn't want to mess with them, but I don't think it matters in the end, because they're all pointing to my same server now. Okay, so just like ignore this where it says skipping that domain. It's already existing in my correct VPS. Oh, this is annoying. Like it actually didn't give me the 100 or whatever many websites. Let me go back and get them. It only gave me like 5 of them. So sometimes it listens and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, see, like my script, I need to stop the script, and I don't want it to like time out on me. So this sleep is so that it doesn't block me, because if you send too many requests to the GoDaddy API in like one go, it does block you. So you're gonna be like throttling how much traffic you're sending into your own websites on GoDaddy. It might be different actually, since I'm in a virtual private server versus the shared server. I don't know. Let me see, where is this list? Okay, can you please put these in a comma separated list for me? Can you please put all of these in a comma separated list? So that is the Python instruction for it to be able to read in that data structure correctly. So like this is the comma separated list. So in Python you have these brackets, and you can make lists of things that way for your automation, right? Like versus here these little curly braces with the semicolons and the these have quotations around the edges because they're variables, and these are strings, and then this is this. That's why I like the highlighting, because and the other stuff I have, see, like when I click on it, it tells me like where it came from. So it saved me, because of dyslexia, it saved me, like basically I was able to start coding for reals after that. Okay, so let's see. So let me copy the list. I'm gonna copy the list. And I'm gonna make sure that it's inside of these brackets. And oh, it didn't put the quotations. It has to put the quotations. I am coding in Python. It has to have quotations, please. So this is a comma separated list. So like notice, this is the name of the variable. The variable's name is domains, and the data structure is a list of strings. These angle brackets, no, they're not angle brackets, these like brackets are what lets Python know that it's gonna have like stuff inside of it, and you can put dictionaries in here, whatever you want to put in here. But that's again like going way deep in the weeds. So I'm gonna copy this into my code, and then I'm gonna run it again, and then this should unpark the 70 whatever websites, right? Here's my code. See, it's just a comma separated list, and if I had made an error, then I would be able to see it. Like for example, if I had forgotten this, see how it changes color? That's why I like the color coding, because it like really helps you. And they have to match. Like if I use double quotes, I have to match, and like that. Like there's like very specific nuances in Python. So just ask ChatGPT if you get errors, like how do I fix this? Because there's like so many little things that you don't have to learn from somebody anymore. What? Python update. Oh, it's because I copied that. This needs to be the same variable name, domains to unpark. There we go. Okay. So it's looking for that data structure. Nice. Okay, so then we should see these folders start populating in our cPanel, but we'll find out. And actually, like, do they need to start populating cPanel? They might not, because that'll be interesting. Let's see. So which one was one of them? Stamped concrete or something like that. Texas stamped concrete. So I'm gonna go over here and check to see if it actually put the folder in there. Oh man. I'll get back in from the beginning. cPanel. File manager. Public HTML. Did it actually put it in here already? Yes. Stamped concrete. Yes. So yep, we have fully automated our end-to-end process now. Like we don't even have to babysit this anymore. Honestly, like we can set up so many things, like for example, like we could, yeah, we can't unpark it because it's already unparked. Wait. Yeah, see, like it already. So I just exited because it's just gonna tell me that I sent too many requests. That's what I was saying, like you have to throttle it. So I have to like now I'm gonna have to wait like a little while, but now I can remove these from here to the beginning so that I don't try to rerun those and I don't get to. Oh, you only have to wait 29 seconds? Okay, so like, okay, sorry. Like I'm talking and thinking at the same time, but I'm thinking very much ahead of what my words are. But that doesn't mean I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm gonna delete the ones that we already added so that we don't send unnecessary requests. So from Texas stamped concrete to, what was that one? To repair amigo. So then I'm gonna look for repair amigo. So I actually have only very few left. Okay, so then here there's a wait, right? Like a wait or sleep after 60 seconds. That's interesting. Okay, so then it's saying that you have to wait 29 seconds, but we should have been waiting 60 seconds, but I didn't see it actually wait. So what we're gonna do, like, I think that I saw like a wait time for like 29 seconds in here. So we wanna wait like for the request for every 29 seconds. This function. So this is the function that is right. So we want to wait 29 seconds here. It's 29 seconds, 26 seconds. Okay, so then instead of, so like I could just do like wait dot, like wait, and then I think the seconds is in parentheses. I don't remember. Like I'm starting to forget the syntax for how to code, but that's okay because like it's a different skill set, and if I need to fix it, I know how to fix it. But because I'm like making sure that I'm keeping up with learning better, faster ways, I'm not going to think about that from memory. So I'm going to add it. See, like I just highlighted it with code cursor, and then it adds it to the side over here. Then how do I add in a 30? I'm going to say 30 seconds. Just going to say a 30-second wait time between requests, please. Where is it? Time.sleep. Okay. Yeah, time.sleep is different from wait, and yeah, actually time.sleep is better. So then now I know that in my code, I'm not going to get that error because it's going to be taking the 30 seconds between each. I could have said 29, and I forget like if time.sleep. So like there's this nuance, right? Like there's the wait and then there's the sleep, and one of them, and I can't remember which one, is like slightly off because one of them is based on how your computer counts time, which is not accurate. The only reason it seems accurate is because this thing is connected to some like global time clock that everybody uses. That's why it seems to be synchronized, right? But otherwise, like it doesn't really keep time accurately, and I don't remember which one is the one relying on the operating system, like but by like fractions, and then it eventually deviates. And it also depends, like I think it's time.sleep counts time by like the number of commands it executes. I don't know, it's like some really weird stuff, but like this is good enough for what we're doing right now. Just so you know, like there is the wait and then there's the sleep, and there's like debates about like which one you should use when you're scraping and which one is like, you know, like Python compliant, and I think like you should use the one that's working. Right, so like this looks like it's gonna work. It's gonna take a tiny bit longer because we do have to wait the 30 seconds in between each one, but at least we're gonna get it done. And honestly, like there's not even 30, there's not enough for me to wait, so I'm gonna just take that back, because see how fast these went, right? So it looks to me like you can send like 20 or whatever many of them and not have to wait the 30 seconds. So I'm gonna actually like stop the code right there, and because I'm noticing like, yeah, like why didn't I just let it go through? Because it didn't, if I don't have as many as I did at the beginning, like it looks like it's gonna let him go through, and then we can just power through this. So let's see if it lets us. Yeah, see, it's gonna go faster. This one should, because I know it already works. So then, and those are the domains that it's skipping for me. You know what? I think what it's doing is it's going through my entire server and like looking for all of them. And I told it to exclude these, which isn't a big deal because I had a PHP file in here that depended on the VPS. But I'm pretty sure I already fixed it in my code too in the cloud, because this had stuff to do with Twilio and the cloud and the IP addresses and all that. I'm pretty sure I already fixed it. Okay, so then that's why I had ran this code, because it's telling me like why it can't put it into my IP. So like see these that say website builder. So if we look at this, like it should have a GoDaddy website connected to it, which will probably move because only some of them should have to go to, yeah, see, like I don't want that one to have it, so I have to like actually manually go in and undo this, and like so all of them that end up saying website builder, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to go do manually. Not all of them, some of them we do want to stay like this, like the ones that we're actually using. So might as well just do that while we're waiting for that to continue. I'm gonna go to my GoDaddy pages. Log out of that. I think it's also done. Okay, that's kind of weird that it's like logging it but not unparking it. Did we have those domains in here? As domains we wanted to unpark? I thought we did. I didn't. Okay, so I think what's happening is it's going into this part of the code where it's like going through every single domain, and it already has that wait from over here. Right, like if it gets that error, like you have to wait 29 seconds. Update in the DNS. So then so all the errors I was getting were getting parked. We're getting, okay, so we only have 2 that are still parked, and then we only have 3 that are in the website builder. Let me make sure that I'm actually cycling through every single website. Well, actually, we can go back to the terminal. Right, where did my my products? Actually, I'm gonna go back to the bash terminal, to the VPS terminal, and then see like which ones it's listing now, to see if we have all 220 whatever. So it's actually under servers. Right, yeah, under servers. Oh, I finally got rid of that little exclamation point. This is already like an hour long. I didn't think it'd take this long, but like we have to get through all this. So then, let's see if like the NYT ones are here. HIJK. Yeah, where's like the ones with NYT? I could have sworn one of them. So it was like a connection NYT or something. Connect, like that game. A, B, C. Where's the letter C? It looks like there's more of them, but not all of them. Alright, so it's okay, so we're just gonna rinse and repeat. We're gonna go back and ask ChatGPT like which ones are we missing now. These are now in the VPS. Which ones are we missing now, please? Okay, so then this time I am gonna open up my CSV to get the values out of there. Something. I can't find oh, it's right here. My drive. Regions. Domain details. Any one of these should have all of them. in there, this should have like 222 or something like that. If it does, 227. Okay, so we have all of them. So we're going to put these into here. Oh, I forgot to. Oops. Inside VPS, I have to like make sure that it's clear that these are the ones that we already got into the VPS. I mean, it'll read the instructions anyway. Actually, it would have read them here anyway. So then I'm gonna put them in here. And then, how are the names? Are these? I think it doesn't matter. So again, remember that like I would have in the past had to write code to like compare these two, but probably, well, with Python, like I love Python. And then I would have had to write code and then run the script or run the Python file, and then got into ones that I still need out of there that way. And so far it's been pretty reliable. Not 1,000%, not 100%, but for the most part. So all it's doing is in the back end, it's running the code itself. And so could I just like stuff all of these into my VPS and hope they work? Yes, but they're not gonna work because the IP addresses still have to be correct and the domains still have to be unparked. And so it's like I just chose to go in this order of first checking to see if they were unparked and inside the VPS, and if they're not, then I do that. Because I could have just put them in there and then checked the VPS through other API calls, but I mean I just chose to do it this way. This kind of makes me want to ask Claude. Claude actually does pretty good with some stuff. I feel like this is taking like much longer than it usually does to compare these two things. Because it's not like it's that even that much text. It's actually hardly any text, honestly. I guess in the meantime, while it's doing that, I can be unparking the other ones. So I'm gonna open a different window so it doesn't overwrite this. Yeah, it's taking an unusually long time. I'm wondering if, so like, allegedly they're like rolling out Strawberry, right, slowly, like here and there. So I'm like almost 100% sure that they're like doing that right now, and that's probably why we're seeing the lag is like they're, I guess like I guess they have to like, I don't know, like change the back end or something, because this is like an exorbitant amount of time to be waiting for it to do something that simple. So then what we're going to do, we were going to go to our domain name servers. So let's go to our products, my products, and then we can actually get to the DNS window anyways. So we're going to look at the ones that we still needed to not have under the GoDaddy stuff, because at least in my case, like I don't want the website builder for them. Some of them I do, but not these. So then select a different domain, AI, VR. We want to make sure that, see like this, we have to change this. And then instead of this, it has to be my IP address, which I'm gonna get out of my .env. .env. I just change that out, and then I prefer to make it half hour so that it propagates faster, and then we save it. Okay, so now our A record is pointing, so now it won't be stuck in that limbo place. And then the next one was yeah, like something, they're doing something with this, because it usually would be able to remember that it needs to make the comma separated list. So I'm pretty sure that they're making like major changes in the back end. Like I'm wondering if they're rolling out GPT-5, honestly, and like that's why like there's this kind of strange handoff. Details. I'm looking for my file with a list of sitemap. As it's just like I have my credentials exposed in the .env file. That's why I'm like looking for the other websites that I needed to unpark, and then the other ones that were also showing out there. So it looks like we're doing better and better. And actually, while I'm doing that, I could just tell it to put them in a comma separated list. Can you please put them in a comma separated list so I can run them in my Python script? Oh, here it is, park domains. Okay. So we had park domains in the website builder. So then the next one was AI shop. I guess it's the same thing. It like comes up the same. AI shop. Oh, I forgot to do that. Okay, so search. We're gonna edit this. And then we need. I have way too many files open on my. How did I end up with so many sitemap files open? Okay, so then. Oh, I know what it's doing. Okay. I wiped my laptop earlier today because there was so much stuff on it. So some of the settings changed. Okay, so every half hour, save this. And then the next one is AI POC. AI proof of concept.store. So you notice like I have a lot of the same words. That's because I'm making link circles. That's why I pick them like that, so that I can become like a topic authority with my own backlinks, like faster. IP address. Let's edit this. Save. Oh, I forgot to change it to half an hour. It should be fine. Okay, so then we had this one. See, if they're parked, it comes up at 600 seconds, which does that end up being half an hour anyway. Okay, so then we want to put it into the correct IP address. Save. wonder if I'm going to be like, man, I should have put it to propagate every half hour for that one. Okay, so then now we're going to take these 23 websites. I remember, oh yeah, we don't want to call our variable missing domains. Yeah, there's like something going on with it, because it would very much normally remember that that's not the variable name that we're using. So then now I'm going to go back to my code, and then I'm going to run it again, so that all of these are unparked if possible with automation. And the reason why this isn't working completely is because these were a lot of websites to do at one time. Like, you shouldn't have like 200 something websites. It's just that I kept putting this off. Okay. Okay, so like if you notice, like this website, find El Paso dog mass removal, or find El Paso dental implants, those are my lead gens, because that's the SERP question that people are asking, like in this area, and because I have like personal reasons why I want to find like a vet that will remove dog masses using cryo pens, right? Like then I can make this available in this area in Albuquerque and here in the Southwest, and then I can create a page that where I can have people like demonstrate interest, and then I can take it to one of the veterinarians, like the veterinarian that I know, and say like, hey, like, like all these people will pay you this much for you to do this. Can we set something up so that you can do this for my dog, and you're gonna make this much money that day, because I already got buy-in. And then if he's like, well, I don't know if that's really gonna work, then I can say, well, what if I get them to pay up front, so you get the money beforehand, so that you know it's like a solid deal. And because he's buying his own veterinary practice, like I know that making a bunch of money right away to pay it off quickly is like ideal, right? So that's part of supply chain optimization. So if I can help coordinate the calendar with like all these people that have interest in something that's specialized, because the cryo like cans, it's getting cheaper to be able to buy one cryo thing at a time. So cryo comes in these canisters, but if you don't use it up, like it eventually goes bad, or you have to open a new canister, or you have to buy a different type of cryo pen or whatever that is able to hold on to the, or like I guess keep the cryo usable for a year. Like, so it depends on which cryo pen you want to use, but there's a very specific one that you can use for like certain types of tumors that this hasn't been done on dogs yet, but it's been done on people. So like when people have tumors inside of their body, they use these like little they can use these little like hoses that go in there, and then it freezes the tumor instead of them having to carve it out, which is like becoming more and more common for them to do. And if the mass is like close enough to the surface of the skin, but it's not like on the epidermis, they can, like in humans, they can, and actually like this hasn't been done, but it's like something that I researched to death, right? And she's my service dog, so like and she's 10, and she's holding off till they make more longevity medicines available for them. But I'm trying to make sure she doesn't go under for more than she needs to. But what they can do, and like I did like look for a bunch of research studies, right, to have enough like data to say like this is a good test, like I'll sign whatever so that my dog can get this advantage and this benefit and this, and like I want her to be like one of the dogs that gets it first, so that other dogs can benefit this way, because it's also like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars cheaper, and it's safer for your dog, and they don't have to wear that stupid comb, and like so then they make like a small incision, and then they freeze the thing, and then they are able to like wash it out with hydrogen peroxide or whatever, so like the little ball of ice, which is the mass, like comes out of there. But they can only do this up to like a 3mm size mass, and they grow really fast on dogs. So when I first started this, I was like in a big hurry to try to figure out how to get this done, and I didn't have this lead gen stuff done, so I wasn't able to like market proactively quickly like on TikTok and stuff to see if I could find enough people around here. And now like the mass is bigger, so she might still have to go under, but I'm still hoping that like I can still coordinate this, and like somehow it won't be as bad for my dog. And my vet will get to pay off his practice, right? So it's like a win-win, and that's why I'm like super picky about who I do this stuff for. And then I also get to start keeping intellectual property. So like the one with Find Mexico Dentist, right? So if you have like a dental implant and you need something done to it, of course I'm going to send traffic to him, right? Because a lot of people from the States go to Mexico for dentals, and this is actually like his wife's place where she works. Like she works or co-owns with a different dentist, like this practice, and then my dentist had his own old practice. But I started to go where like his wife goes because it's like much more affordable for the same quality with like the same high skill dentist. Though my dentist doesn't typically work out of there because I do a bunch of stuff for them for like stuff like this, and then I fixed their Google business profile the other day. Like they're very what's the word, like kind to me, right? So it's like an exchange of goods, like we're basically bartering like these skill sets, right? And so just to be clear, like I'm insured. I don't think I think I let the insurance lapse. But I'm insured at the level of a surgeon, like my brain and my hands. So like these are like super white collar kinds of like deals, right? Like it's like I'll do this for you if you do this for me because we both understand the value of like what the other is bringing, and that's what these are for. So they're like lead generation. So yes, they're blogs, but if you post content to your lead gen, it's gonna rank faster. And then through the other videos you've seen, or you will see, or you would see, or you might find out on your own, you can generate traffic for way cheaper through YouTube and other means. So that's why this is like you're managing digital space, like, or it's like a new frontier, a new way of doing all this stuff that still like respects the old way, and like then like if you couple it with the old way, like you're unstoppable, right? And that's also why I'm really picky about like who I'll teach stuff to, because I do feel like I'm trying to make sure the small businesses, you know, that like we care about as communities, like get to thrive during AI, during the AI revolution, and the robot wars or whatever. Okay, so it skipped the ones I asked it to. So then it looks like they're all, also like, let me check on my code to see if any of them didn't get. So the only one that's still showing is AIASS. It's the one that I didn't propagate every 30 minutes. Of course it is. It's like a little bit ridiculous, right? So yeah, so like, you raised when I said like it shouldn't matter, it matters. So it's probably already gonna have, oh yeah, see, like it still has parked. Maybe I didn't save it. Maybe I didn't run this one. I don't know. AIAAS, okay. And so it wasn't, I don't know, I'm just gonna do this, and then, okay, so then these, like, so then I am going to actually not mess with AGI Kitchen. I'm just curious, like, which, I think it's already pointing to the correct IP, but because I have stuff running in the cloud with it, like using its IP address, I just want to make sure that it's, I just want to see, yeah, it's actually already pointing to the new IP address, so that should be fine. 72.167.225. Oh, interesting. It actually has 2 records, and that's why it's still working, because admin is set up with the old IP address, I think. So I should maybe fix this, because then if not, like all my websites are gonna break because I'll have the same chatbot IP address. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Right now we're gonna make sure that we're actually able to FTP like every single web page into our cPanel. So like now we should be able to find the ones with the NYT thing. So now I can refresh this. And by NYT I mean like the connector, what's the name? Connect, like Connect NYT. Is that NLP game that people are playing? Okay, I'm gonna not use that. I'm gonna use the word connect because that gave me too many results. So I should be able to see like all of the places. Oh yeah, it's gonna. Alright, so then we are gonna say public HTML. I don't know if it lets you use that little star. Usually means you can search for different ways. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do it that way. So let's just look for it here. ABC. I'm not seeing all of them in here. Still. Am I looking for the right one? had some that had like connect something, didn't we? Because we had those. It was like the NYT thing, like that game. Wasn't that the name? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong game. Where is it? It's not in here. No wonder it didn't change them over because it's not even in here. So I know that they're over here. Domain details. I'm just looking at like my other list of domains over here. So it was, yeah, see, that list is not complete. Oh, that's why it threw me off, because it has some repeated, so I thought it was all of them. Okay, so then we need to include, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use my domain details, because this one is actually like the current one. It has all of them. So then I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. Okay, so then actually I'm going to upload it from here. Domain details, CSV. Okay, so domain details, and then I'm going to go back to my terminal and I'm going to list them all again and make sure that I only give it. Okay, so there's like, I'm going to like create spaces so that it's easier to find it, because otherwise I'm just like going in circles, right? So I want to make sure it's easy, like now it's easier for me, because I can't tell if it's like, if it erases everything before the other command. I think because of the whole dyslexia thing, it's hard for me to read that. Okay, so then, can you please tell me which I am missing now? Please make a comma separated list in Python and run the script to get all DNS records correct. Link pointing to my VPS. It's probably gonna take longer than before because it's got even more data through the CSV. I don't know, maybe it's gonna read the CSV faster. Maybe that's part of like the goal. And you know, like CSVs are so powerful. Elon Musk was saying like like the most powerful AI just has like more CSVs or whatever, which is hilarious. Or he didn't say it that way, but it was like in essence that's basically what we're saying. And so like this is a CSV. Same, it's almost the same thing as an Excel sheet, except this is a comma separated list. And there's other ones that are like even better for the internet, but I don't know what this is like good enough for what we're doing. Yeah, it looks like that's gonna be a minute. Okay, so then there was something else we were gonna do while we're waiting for that, is we were going to look at the sign up forms. So now we can see if this actually lets them sign up for, like I was saying, like the services for the veterinarian. So that's what this is for. And there was another YouTube video. Oh, it looks like I finished it. Okay. No, there was another YouTube video that was talking about how you want to do your market testing. Okay, so here's the list. So let's do this. Okay. Oh, actually, there's like plenty of them that it didn't catch it. Okay, so then let me put this into the Python script that I have over here, which was right. So all I'm doing is like switching this out now, and oops, I want to keep the name of the variable. Find. Wait, what? This one doesn't even have the NYT one. Did I do something wrong? That doesn't look right. That does not look right, because I should have in this list something like this. So did I give it the correct domain details? Let's look at over here. Like, did I? So it should be like the very last one over here. Yeah, see, it should have had this one. It is there. It is also in your table that you printed out. Okay, so actually maybe like the better thing to do is for me to, I wonder if it lets me like copy this whole column, actually. So, yeah, it does. Okay, good. So then I don't have to like open it in my, I don't have to like upload it and then open it. Hopefully it lets me copy these. It might have let me copy them, but I'd start at the top. Okay, so see, this is me, like, they are rolling something out. Okay, these are the ones we need pointing to the VPS. Don't tell me it didn't copy them. Oh, motherfucker. Why? Oh, look, see? It like lets me just say that. If it lets me copy it. The ones in the domain column. I wonder if it knows what that means. Yeah, it's definitely new. Like, they're definitely rolling something else out. Definitely. Okay, so while that is happening, so let's see if it actually does. Yeah, no, where's the NYT? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I finally got him right. Cool. Okay, so it did know what we were referring to. Okay, so now we can put these in here. It should be different from the ones we have right now. And then we have the NYT stuff. Yep, here's the, okay, so now we can run that over here. Success. I wonder why it keeps doing the same ones over and over. See, like, connections, NYT.store. Okay, yeah, that's going in the right order. I wonder why it keeps saying, like, do brighter pits. Or maybe it's saying skipped. Well, I don't know. So now it's at the ones that are skipped. I don't know why it keeps trying to do. Oh, I know why, because it's in capital letters. That's why. I think that threw something off over somewhere. Oh no, look, see, it is listed right here. Yeah, it's trying to do the capital letters ones, but I already know for sure that that one's already pointing correct to the correct place. Right, so then we don't want it to point, we don't want to move these. I don't want to change the at record for these because they're the ones where I'm collecting email addresses for my email campaigns. So that's about to finish up. So to finish the other thought I was having to share with you, there was another video where they're talking about the market analysis, which is like super important, especially if you're using AI, because you want to. I mean, this is just my words of caution, right? Like, make sure that whatever you do, that you're crossing every T and dotting every I, like in an almost exaggerated fashion. So what I'm doing is copying the template that the guy was talking about. He's like makes like billions of dollars, and he started like a ton of really successful companies, and he says like fail fast, fail early. So you want to fail like at the beginning when you're testing. So when somebody comes and says like, I want you to build me an app, or I want you to like get me traffic so I can go install like dish antennas in people's houses, right? Like then you do a market test and then you're like, well, there's not a market for that, so I can't really tell you that I'm going to use AI to help you, because there's not going to be anybody that wants those antennas, like at least not in this city, that, you know, like nobody wants that. So these, I'm trying to see if these actually lets you see, and it has automations and everything. So I'm trying to see if it lets me and actually I have a Stripe account, so I don't want to pay through GoDaddy, because if I collect money through GoDaddy, they bill me like over $100 to go through them. Eventually I might switch over to them, but right now all I have to do is just add a link for my Stripe account, unless they have see, like if they have automations that are downloadable, right? Like that's exactly what I need. So customer life cycle of commerce. Welcome members, welcome customers. So what I need is like something that lets me order shipment, booking, local order, for cancellation. Oh man. Okay. Well, this is good to know though that I actually already have these. Because the thing is, like, I'm using WordPress, and the WordPress WooCommerce plugin keeps failing like all the time. So like every time I set up like the downloadable automation, it like breaks, and then it breaks. However, if maybe there is like something that this sends, right, that lets them access their downloadable. Okay, so then let me see if any of these domains failed. Doesn't look like it, because I would have had files here. They're all pointing to the right place now. Okay, so now, like, let's put this thought aside for now. So yeah, I know I'm doing a bunch of stuff, but I gotta get my stuff done, right? And now it's all recorded. It's already been an hour and a half, but this is an excellent hour and a half of life spent, maybe 2 hours, to create like infinite income off of very little money. Like, sure, I'll do this all day. Okay, so then next what we want to do is we have our, what is it, CyberDuck. So now we have everything pointing over here, right? So now we're gonna ask, I'm gonna go back to ChatGPT and say like, okay, now all my, I don't remember. Okay, I think that I'm gonna close this, because you also like yes, they have a lot of memory, but I don't want to create unnecessary confusion for the LLM. So like, because I'm done with this task, right? This task of getting the stuff over here. Like now I can basically like start thinking in terms of tasks, so you can think about the way to make an agent that helps you do the automation, right? So this task was like, how do I make sure that all of my files in my over here in my VPS exist, because I'm going to be bringing them in from my local files, right? So that was the task, was like, how do I make sure all these files are here. So the next task is like, now I want to bring all my files. Okay, so I'm gonna like take another screenshot, because this way I can be like really clear, like in the image, right? Like I'm gonna say like, oh, I need to put all of my local files that are in my Mac in through my FTP. I already know that FTP is working, because then if not, it makes you like start from the beginning, right? So I'm just gonna say like, on the right hand side are all of the files in the websites directory that need to go into my VPS, and my VPS is already connected, I've confirmed, or something like that. I think I should be able to just like literally grab all of them and then drop them over here, and they'll go into the right place. But I'm gonna make sure, because the last thing I want to do is make a big mess over here, and then I'm like manually fixing one file at a time. Plus these have like directories inside of them, so I don't want to have to go like one directory at a time. That's the whole purpose of doing FTP stuff through your shell and your command line, or the terminal is the other way to call it. Like maybe we'll end up doing it through here, though I doubt it, because I'm gonna have to like look for the SSH key, which is probably not a big deal. But I basically just want to make sure everything makes it over. Okay, so I'm gonna give it the picture. How can I make sure that all my files that are in my local Mac website directory end up in the correct place when I FTP into my VPS. I already confirmed my VPS is connected correctly and is working and is I guess what do they call it? And is it live? What do they call it? They have like a word on there. And is active, I think. And is doesn't say. Okay, and the connection is open, right? And it's connected, I guess. And it's connected. My files have directories within their directory, like picture 2. So we want to make sure that it knows that there's like a hierarchy structure, right? That it's gonna have like, oh yeah, because this is ads for contractors. So I don't think that I updated the code that lets somebody like sift through all of the existing websites, like all of the existing pages, but that's okay. Like right now, what I care about is just like get all of these websites like onto the internet already. Right? Because I already tested that it's gonna work. All you really need is like 3 tests that are solid, and then you're good to go. So that's how I don't have doubts that these are gonna work. But I need for them to start existing on the web, because that's how you like they need to exist there for a while, so that the SEO starts to organically work. And so I needed to know that like it's not just like this top layer file. Like it needs to be able to go into like these directory structures. You see, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna, yeah, it's always gonna say that. So like I needed to know that I don't want to erase CGI bin, like that needs to stay in there. And actually, like now that I look at it, like I feel like some of these are missing a file. Like this one has CGI bin. They don't have the HT access file. I think that they're supposed to. Or maybe not. Oh, and then like the AI architects cloud. Like this one does look different because this one is with WordPress, and it's my main server's one, right? Okay. Navigate. Okay, so then okay, but I have 220 websites, each with subdirectories. Can I just select all of them in my Mac and drag them into the root inside the CyberDuck FTP? Okay, so then like how is the automation valuable? Okay, watch this, homies. Like I'm gonna take all of these, right? So I should be able to take all of these from there. So 220 websites. And I'm gonna have to rerun these. Remember, we were gonna have to rerun these and in .app and .help. So then we just drag them, literally drag them into root. So we don't want to end up putting them inside of there. Like, see how I like selected the outer corner? So it should be pasting them in here. So is it? So let's see if, yeah, it didn't, see? Like it didn't. Maybe if I do some of them at a time? Did I miss something in the instructions? Like I should be able to just like drag them all. Open folder in your Mac. Okay, Command all. Upload and wait. Okay, so maybe it's doing it and I just can't see. Maybe if I upload like this. Wait, I'm gonna refresh it because I don't want to like upload them twice. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that one's a WordPress website. Find AI companions online. Okay, but it's not actually doing anything. So then we're gonna try it this way. Upload. Okay, so we're going to Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm in my root directory. Like I'm gonna absolutely make sure that I'm in here, right? And not inside, not accidentally inside one of these other folders. Okay, I think that that should work. Like as long as I'm not inside one of these blue things, because then that's gonna be hellacious. Actually, you can use FTP to manage files, so it's actually very similar to this. So I guess it's not that bad anyway, even if there was a slight accident. Okay, so now we're gonna upload from where we have all of them websites. Oh, yikes! I hope I didn't actually click just websites. Okay. Websites. So that's not what we want. We want in here to click those. So I just selected websites and then Control A. So we have 266 items. We're going to upload these. Okay, see now it's working. Whoop, whoop. So now we're getting them all in there. Oh my god, it's going to say it for like 266 of them. That's okay. Continue. Continue. Yeah, we're getting it done. So it was like uploading to 3D asset.shop, right? So let's see if it's actually putting in. I think it's not going to let us see it till it's done doing all this stuff. Oh man, it's going to take hours. 180 hours. But it is uploading them, see? The only thing I want to make sure that I'm not doing is like either replicating these or putting them accidentally into a folder that says websites, but it doesn't look like I'm doing that. Man, this was an hour and 42 minutes. And no, this is correct. So like this websites right here is the same thing as the root directory over here. And so see, it looks like it just starts over with the next one. But it's kind of weird that it's saying 0. It is saying uploading. Yeah, see, like it's gonna do all these. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of it and just make sure that this looks correct to ChatGPT, because it's kind of weird that it says prepare blog posts 0 bytes of 151.8. Oh, I know why. I think it's preparing like a massive dump of data. That's why. So I maybe should have done this in like batches or chunks. But honestly, like every time that I do this, this is going to be the process. So this is when the automation for a cron job comes into play, because now I can program my operating system or my laptop to do this behind the scenes using the bash script. So let me take a picture of this and I'll show you what that means. Right? So if this works correctly, now I have proof that I can actually make all of this happen with commands in here. And that's like the end-to-end automation. And then like literally, like of course I still have to be the human in the loop and make sure that the content makes sense and all that. But literally like on a schedule every week, once a week, it'll upload that amazing content, and right now all I have to do manually is dump in like all of the data science research keywords that I have to find, which is not like at all tricky by any means. And then we're good to go. And then the next thing I have to do is make sure that I, pardon, like rerun these and add some kind of extension here so that they actually work, because Macintosh doesn't let you do like .app or .help for these files when I try to run them. So I need to rerun them. Okay, so let's see. What? Access denied. Why? I wonder if it's going to say that I made too many requests. Interesting. Okay, well, it doesn't matter because, like, check it out. Check. So yeah, I think that this is holding everything in memory all at one time. So if it does break, like the answer would be to just send like maybe like 50 or like an arbitrary number, probably like 50 folders at a time or something. And you can do that with like your operating system also. But this concludes like the end of the automation piece. Like it's pretty much done, and now the next phase is to go back and add, like I was saying a minute ago, the market research pages. So they're basically like landing pages where people can go and either buy, like basically like demonstrate interest, so you have proof that your product will sell, or that you have market proof, or like if you want people to sign up for your newsletter or whatever, right? Like that like you can start segmenting there, and you want to ask specific questions like, for example, in my case, should I automate my business is a really common question. How can I automate my business? What is automation? Like all those will be their own web pages and probably their own websites, so that I can be like super duper niche drilled in to the SERPs questions that are relative to like what I'm like an expert in, right? So if you're a web developer but you're not an AI automation architect, right? So like you shouldn't be telling people you're going to do the same thing I do, because then you're selling a bag of goods, right? Although I do have something rolling out where like I am going to work with the people that I can, like where it's easy to create contracts between us, that are like really hands off. But then like maybe we can create an opportunity to offer them the more sophisticated stuff that's on automation, so that it can help you with your SEO, and so that it can help them rank faster, and then they get like these free links, right? And then they like don't have to do much, and that's just to get your website to rank faster, because the more people that click on your websites, especially if it's like an external click, then the better it does with SEO and the faster it ranks higher. So that's a very much something I'm also like almost done finishing up. In fact, that's what I was like planning out with Zachariah, my AI agent, with earlier today. And see, we're uploading now. Okay, so now we should be able to see 3D assets.shop, I believe. Not yet. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so I'm no longer like worried about it saying 0. It doesn't say 0 anymore. So there's like another hour or so. I think I've like beat this horse to death. I think the next thing, what would be the next step to make sure that it's working? And then the setting up the cron job, that's like a whole other level of technical, right? And like that takes even more technical skill, which is why it's hard to teach that if you're like super entry level. Like it's not impossible, but there's like a lot of stuff you have to do. But you have AI now, like it'll tell you everything. Like you just take a screenshot of what you're trying to do, phrase it the best way you can. And a lot of the value you'll get from signing up for these courses of mine is that like you'll know what is possible, because I know even for myself, like going into the engineering program, like I didn't know what to ask, because I didn't know what I didn't know, right? and we still have that there, but like now that gap is shortened, and now you know what automation looks like, why it's valuable, like how you can use it, like how to think about the algorithms, on and on. And do you have a way to ask the questions that will get you to your end goal faster with like less pain, like more free time, more money for you. And yeah, please feel free to join my webinars if you have specific questions. If you're interested in the courses, as I saw today, actually it was today that affiliate marketing like put out a YouTube video on how you can like sell courses more easily, and like how you can, you know, like help people that way. And I'll get to make money off of that, so I'm setting that up soon. And also there's gonna be the downloadables, so even if this doesn't work, I'm gonna fix my WordPress so it does. So even if I can't sell downloadables through, where is it, through here, like I'll make it work somehow, even if it means this order confirmation. So I'm wondering if this order confirmation lets you do downloadables. Shipping address. See, like I bet you that there's a way to just get it to give you the link to where your thing is. You know, like if I edit this, and with my confirmation, I send you like some hidden link so you can get your stuff, and then the link deletes itself after you get the thing, or there's like some limit number of times with a password or something that I can add into here. I think that that's a much faster solution than actually trying to fix WordPress, because I'm just continually like having to add plugins and update databases, and also WooCommerce, like yeah, it's secure, but you know, like it's like I rather just stick to the Stripe stuff because I have more secure, like what's the word, security, like more protection there. Okay, so yeah, I think that that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make these courses downloadable, and also you'll have access, and I can't do everything for free, and I won't, and I'm not claiming I'm gonna teach you like the end-to-end automation to the same granular detail that I've gotten it to work, but the courses will be enough to like get you on the right track at a smaller scale, so that you have exactly what you need, so that you can like start doing whatever you need to do. And this is just like the tip of the iceberg with automation and AI automation agents and AGI, and like being able to accept payments on your website with crypto, so that your AI agents can like make money for you and with other people's agents, right? So there's like so much, like these are just like such exciting times. Please find me on LinkedIn, or send me a message, or go to one of the webinars. They will be free, but not forever. Like those, like I'm gonna have to bring those to an end, because I am also picking up my government contracts. So like those are gonna be very time exhaustive, and my free time will go to my family, because that was the goal. That was always the goal. All right, signing off, homies.